Now we've completed our lie angle fitting, we're going to take that same lie angle head and use that for the shaft fitting. So from your kit, you're going to grab 3 shafts. You're going to grab a TGI 90, a PGI 90, and a Max 85. There's 3 main parts to a shaft. We have our profile of the shaft, which is where the shaft bends. We have the overall weight of the shaft and the overall flex of the shaft. Out of those 3, in all our testing, the most important is where the shaft bends, the profile of the shaft. A lot of your customers are going to be talking about the weight and the flex that they think they need. There's very few golfers that are talking about the profile of the shaft being right for their swing type and for their tempo. So what we do in this part of the fitting is we give the customer a chance to experience what profile means. We're going to give them 3 shafts that are all around the same weight, if not exactly the same weight, that are all around the same flex, but have 3 very different bend profiles. So a simple summary of the 3 shafts is your Max is going to be your softer tip profile shaft, your TGI is going to be your stiffer tip profile shaft, and your PGI is going to sit somewhere in the middle of those. So we basically have our higher torque shaft, our lower torque shaft, and then something in the middle between the 2 of them. And we're going to give the player the chance to experience these 3 different shafts. So to start with, you're going to grab the shaft in the middle, which is the PGI 90. You're going to put their lie angle head on it, which for Brandon was the 63 degree. And he's going to hit about 3 shots with each one of these. This is different to the lie angle fitting. Lie angle fitting, we're trying to figure out what this does to their whole entire golf swing to control strike. This here is about them putting the force into the club that they want to swing with, the tempo that they want to have, and finding out which shaft allows them to do that the best. Oh, give me one more. So in this part, we're looking at, do we think they need to be a stiffer profile or a softer profile than this shaft? So for Brandon, he's a higher club head speed player with a steeper shaft and a faster tempo. So that typically leans towards a shaft that's a stiffer profile, lower torque shaft. So we're going to move him in the opposite direction so he can experience the difference. So I'm going to move him into the Max. There we go. So same thing, just hitting a few shots with that. And with shaft, unlike lie angle, they are going to be able to tell pretty quickly if it matches the force that they want to put into the club.
It just feels like it's lagging behind.
Cool. And we can ask the same questions. Did that get easier or more difficult than the one before? So was that one easier or more difficult?
More difficult.
And did you feel like you had to pick up your tempo or slow down your tempo?
Slow it down, big
Cool.
time.
When the shaft profile is wrong for the player, they're going to have to change the tempo of their swing and the timing of their swing to give that club a chance to deliver at the right point. So we're going to move him back to the middle again, back to the PGI 90, and we're going to have a look at, did this get better or worse? Cool, so immediately, does that one feel better or worse than the one before?
A lot better.
One more. Okay. So better, but still room for improvement.
Yeah, definitely. I still feel like I have to slow the tempo down just a little bit.
So we can see we're working in the right direction. Same as lie angle. When we went in the opposite direction to start with, it got more difficult, and then as we gradually moved back in the other direction, it got easier, and that just confirms that we're moving in the right direction. So now we're going to move him into the TGI, and same thing, he's going to hit a few shots. So first impressions?
Yeah, much better.
Cool.
Much better.
Is this going to allow you to pick up your tempo or slow down your tempo?
Pick it up.
Cool. Do you like that feel?
Yeah. Now I don't have to wait for the shaft to get there.
Awesome. And we all have a natural force that when we say swing and we fire that pattern, we all have a natural force we want to put into the shaft and into the club. We've got to make sure that when we put that force in, the shaft pushes back the right amount for stability. Awesome. Cool. So out of the three, is there a clear winner or is it between two?
No, it's clear.
Cool. Now, one rule we do have in the shaft fitting part of this and in the grip fitting part is that when you think you found it, move away from it and then come back to it, just to confirm. So out of the three, that was the clear winner. But just for the player's experience and for the player to have more confidence in the golf club that we're building for them, we're going to move away from it just a little bit, not a lot. We're going to move back to the PGI and just give the player another chance, even though they already know, just another chance to experience what changes. What do you feel straight away?
No. I feel like I gotta slow the tempo down now just to let the shaft get there.
Cool. One more shot.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Cool.
It's not bad.
Now obviously when we're doing these fittings, we're doing them either in a simulator or on a driving range. They're not being done on a golf course. What we typically see when a player gets to the golf course, if anything, they pick up their tempo. When they're under pressure, when there's a demanding shot, a player typically picks up their tempo, puts a little bit more force into it. So we definitely don't want to lean in the direction of the shaft that causes him to slow down to find control.
Yeah, it's a lot better. That was me.
And you can see the one before where he had to slow down his tempo, had him changing his swing a little bit. The first few shots when they go to a different shaft, they might still have to adjust a little bit.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Awesome. So have we found a winner?
Yeah.
Perfect. We've completed the shaft profile test part of the shaft fitting. We're now going to move on to the flex and the weight part of the test. So Brandon fit best into the TGI profile shaft. So what we're going to do now is move him up and down some weights in the TGI to find out what works best for him.